Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Mausoleum? I barely know him. Wait, hold on.
Mausoleum? I barely know him.
I need to figure out an effect filter that I'm happy with whenever I use that. I had fiddled with some BTS stuff, but What the fuck? Snack station! Snack station! Snack station! His pump is the property of the king. His pump. What is that dance? What is that little dance? When did you add that? That must be new. I haven't seen that emo. What are you doing, Snack Station? Fallout New Vegas? Fucking welcome on by. Let me pause the external jams for a second so I can say hello. Snack Station, if y'all are coming over here from Snake Station and are not aware that you are neglecting to follow such a amazing serpentine salient slithering figure as Snack Station, or if you have been vibing with me and are not aware of Snake Station, I'm gonna press this button so you can press a button and follow Snake Station, because Snake Station is an amazing serpent that creates all sorts of amazing experiences with their little orange serpent. You can send them there. You can throw eggs at them. Like, really, there's untold varieties of shenanigans one can get up to over at the Station of Snakes. And it is a fantastic time. Love your model. Thank you. All credit to the amazing artists who made it possible. And by artists, I mean one artist, Sapphire, over there. Not the books! Why would you hit me with books? The Snake Station, I don't know how long you were streaming. Streaming is hard work. So now you need to stand up, wiggle it out, leave a piss, take a water, do it all at the same time. Don't do it all at the same time. You'll just make a huge mess. I'm not gonna clean it up. You're gonna have to clean it up. But now I have control and have to do an entertainment, or at least attempt to do so. But welcome on by, everybody. If you don't know me, I am Dreki Ormer, the Draconic Serpent, the Flightless Dragon, or simply a worm on the internet. We're playing Sunless Skies. We've been making a lot of progress today, and holy shit. Welcome to the Ziggurat, Zankin the Noob. Welcome to the Ziggurat, Taste Finder. Welcome to the Ziggurat, Huge Cookie, and Beemo Raccoon, and Badger Maw, and Gun of the Rad, Coop Raccoon, Shamrock Bird, Dusklight, Cerberus, and Real Bad Badger. All right, well, you can't be that bad. I mean, there's mushrooms. Wow, there's a snake as well. But welcome, everybody. I hope y'all are having fantastic evenings. And if you are getting the big old eepies and it's starting to be your time to crash and burn, I completely understand. I tend to stream pretty late. Thanks for stopping on by. Have a great rest of your evening and a rejuvenating eat. But if you're sticking on around, I'm still going to be going for a while longer. We're trying to knock out a few more of these quests and write the greatest, most famous book in all the realms as we fly our train through the skies of space, destroying Queensmen, ministry officials, and supporting revolutions all across the skies. Hey, no mushroom mentions or I'll put you in a hole.
You'll put me in a hole, will you? Well, I'm afraid you'll find serpents are effective navigators of hole and hole-like constructions. Matter of fact, many snakes will occupy holes intentionally, waiting, watching, preparing to strike. And then you'll find yourself destroyed with their serpentine grasp. Anyway, we're putting on some music, because as much as I love this game, we have been playing for a while. Well, I gotta mix it up with the oral fatigue. Let's speak with the workers. We're a person of the people. got plenty of barrels of unseasoned hours. Go ahead and travel into the Reach. Also, it's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about the fact that every raid apparently starts a hype train. I wonder, I might need to look into that setting, because I'm not sure how much I like that. Alright, let's present ourselves to customs. Alright, they don't need to, no reason to look at my cargo, customs. I'm definitely not transporting illegal goods. I do not have 9 caskets of red honey sitting there in the back. All right, off to the races. And by races, I mean we need to go to the floating parliament. We can get one of these cats off of our dang train. If you don't know about Sunless Skies, it's a very narrative-driven game. As a side, you do a bit of trade routes now and then. But it has excellent writing. And I'm trying to not get shot by that railgun. Uh-oh, I don't know why my game lagged. That's a first. What is it? What is called the Fallen London universe. A little spooky, eerie sort of setting. It's a little bit strange, a little bit off. You know, we've got like a mushroom with a monocle as a mascot. And we've got like a bat person. And one of our officers got turned into a tree. You know, these things just happen sometimes. As one does. You know, it really ruins my evening when I'm talking to someone and then they have the temerity to just turn themselves into a tree. Like, come on, Dave. We're trying to hash out the accounting work and then you just blow me off by turning into a tree. All right, I really don't really appreciate that, Dave. You could have held off and dendrified yourself some other time, but no. As soon as I come over, I got the TPS reports filled out. I'm supposed to turn them into you so I can get your triplicate stamp in quadruplicate, and you tree yourself. Like, come on, Dave. It's disrespectful is what it is. All right. Now we're over at Parliament. We're gonna try and get rid of one of these cats and possibly attempt to pass a law.
It takes some time to work out that the members of parliament are arguing over whether the House's lunch hour should routinely be at 12 or at 1. The discussion is a passionate one. There are references to Hastings, to Waterloo, to Cromwell. One MP threatens to tear up the Magna Carta. To them, words are weapons of war, deployed like flights of arrows to wither a rival's reputation, like sappers to undermine an argument, or like boiling pitch to drive a foe from the walls of your case. Belith begins to purr. His claws sink into the wood, splintering it. Quietly, you and the eccentric slip away, leaving him to preside over the debates like a philosopher king of old. Fascinating. All right, so let's observe the protest so we can work off some of our terror, enter the commons. Hey, Milo, welcome on by. Do I... Turn to the House of Commons. My ministerial department. Make a new law. There we go. All right, this is just a series of bunch of buttons I'm going to be pressing because there's nothing different every time we've done this, so it's just getting through it. Very gorgeous thing. Thank you. All credit to the fantastic artists that make it possible. I am simply a puppeteer. And the annoying thing is despite all of these successes, like at max, we still only have like a 3 in 5 chance of successing on this. Hey, 3 for 3, baby. It's too easy. Oh, I have an important message waiting. It comes scribbled in the margin of a document about wheat production, written in sharp red capitals.
Come see me at once. Most important. Albion must rise again. Bring black ink.
Visit the first secretary. Let's discuss the future of Parliament. The first secretary leads the way to the prince's chamber, where a statue of Victoria stands. The face has been chipped off. A rare survivor from before the fall of London, he sighs. When Britain was great, I'd hoped her renewed majesty's restoration of Parliament would mean a return to those days. Oh, alas, as you have seen, it's a token gesture from an increasingly tyrannical monarch. He turns. I need you to present a law for me. The Dignity of Albion Bill. As a mere civil servant, I cannot do so myself. However, while I prepare the ground, I need your help with another matter. The Empress's royal astronomer is currently enjoying a forced vacation in Carillion. He is just worthy. Take him to the great telescope of the Royal Society and request the final testament of the old sun. I know I speak in vagaries. I apologize, but it is necessary for all of our safety. All will be explained when you return. Well, we're not going back to Carillion for a while, so that's happening. Wish I had that on the back burner while we were in the Reach. Let's get some supplies while we're here. Okay, so we need to go to Wit and Vinegar to sell our ill-gotten goods. So I should go through the bottom. Do we build castles in the sky? Oh, tell me why. All the castles way up high, please tell me why. We build castles in the sky, oh, tell me why. Yeah. I am Vondal, one of the earliest electronica artists I ever knew about. Her and Paul Van Dyke are like two of the OGs for me. My introduction to electronica, trance, dance. All right, that bull cantankerous wants to dance. And oh, we'll dance, buddy. By dance, I mean I'll blow you up. Ooh, extracting its hot. No, it's just a barrel of unseasoned hours. Okay, dude. Very well, when. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Nope, they have the turret. Nope, we're not dealing with that. Not dealing with that. We're just gonna ignore that. I'm sure it's fine. It just happens, you know. Sometimes space just kind of folds and twists and unravels a little bit. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Ooh, a marauder. Damn, it'd be a shame if I destroyed you. Ow. Oh, you're gonna run. You're gonna do a runner, are ya? Too late. I've already got you. All right, more barrels of ours. We'll take those. We're gonna need to bring a ton of them to the Clockwork Sun. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Stay away from me. I'm dangerous. Ah, fuck. Getting close. All right, we need to do a little bit of impromptu combat. And it's dead. Gimme, 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 gimme. Ooh, a vision of the heavens. Nice, nice. Always a good resource. Often they can be turned into moments of inspiration and even more phantasmagorical resource. Especially because it's often used to reduce nightmares. Nightmares is something you don't want to stack in this game. Repaired our hull, lost some crew. No big deal. Change in the future. Adore. Do this to me. Alright, I'm about to make a pretty penny finishing this smuggling route. And free up a whole metric fuck ton of cargo space. That is the technical term. Not to be confused with imperial fuck tons. Those were measured in Earth's gravity, whereas metric fuck tons were measured using space gravity. Wait, what? Oh, right. I need to turn... It goes to the mausoleum. Right. Dreki. Silly. Silly Serpent. Alright, so we need to go to the mausoleum. Very well then. I was headed there anyway. We get fuel there? You can. Okay. I'll actually go with low fuel, low supplies, so we can fit everything on our ship. And then we can restock there once we free up space. Coming back for more. I'm to you. Never be the same, I tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I tell you for sure. Oh. Life fantasy. Oh yeah. 65 mirrors. So we have someone giving us 10. do this. You give us 10. That'll bring us to 61. Never be the same, I tell you for sure. Never be the same, I tell you for sure. Oh, my ecstasy. Real life fantasy. Oh yeah. I do that. And then we can equip the rat. Hell yeah. We can get the Ratronaut. Amazing. Hey, welcome to Ziggurat, good schnoop. I hope you enjoy your time here. We'll leave the prospects because we're going to be... Actually, we'll grab it just so it's locked in. I know I can complete it. We'll come back for it later. Is there anything over here that we might be interested in? Maybe. 7 heat for 5 damage. This is 60 heat for 40? Nah. Okay, so let's hand in the new law. We can get that cleared up, get our experience. Listen to the will of the people. And then we need to check our main quest, our ambition. Meet with the omnivorous publisher in our new publishing office. The omnivorous publisher strides down to meet you, followed by a platoon of assistants, lawyers, bodyguards, and hangers-on. There's my star, he cries, his hand clammily finding yours. Let me show you around. He takes you on a tour of his new office, dwelling particularly on the new presses, very modern, and several life-size portraits of himself. Quite an excellent likeness, yes. When finished, he claps you on the shoulder and offers you the decaying approximation of a smile. Our hard work is really paying off, he says. I think it's about time you saw a share of the profits. Now tell me, where's the next canto? We need a monumentous exploit. I'm pretty sure we probably done this. Ooh. Savior of the Sun, Knight of Clocks, Saint of Wells, Enemy of the Gods. That seems dangerous. Let's go. We're going to be Hero of the Tacites because we are revolutionary. The Tacites will want to read all about their hero, says the publisher with a glinting smile. The Stovepites will want to study the tactics of one of their greatest enemies. So mean fame and notoriety in equal measure. I hope you're ready. Right, our 6th Cantos. The city bustles outside your window, paying you very little mind. It's liberating, somehow, to be in the city where you're relatively unknown. In New Winchester, the weight of expectation was crushing. Here, the indifference feels like freedom. As you contemplate the blank page waiting inspiration, you realize that throughout the course of the song you've written of your crew only when necessary. Perhaps now is the time to tell their stories in more detail. Or are they just going to remain your supporting cast? Oh no, our crew deserves the limelight. is decided. In addition to depicting your most recent exploits, the sixth canto will delve into the stories of your crew. You are careful to get their permission first, of course. At this point, a role of prominence in the Song of the Sky has the potential to bring unwelcome attention from readers, critics, journalists, and other reprobates. A moment of hesitation, and then a dam bursts in your mind. Words flood the page and carry you forward in an irresistible current until you are flung into an ending as though dashed upon rocks. The result is rushed and imperfect. Grimly, you go back. You knock the story down and rebuild it, brick by painstaking brick, working up the nihilistic fury of a master blacksmith forging his own guillotine. Finally, just as you're ready to throw your entire manuscript into the fire, you realize you no longer need to. There's nothing left to fix. The sixth canto is complete. The omnivorous publisher sends a lackey to collect your manuscript. The publisher is attending some very important parties promoting your work, says the assistant, tugging the sixth canto beneath her arm without reading it. He sends his apologies. You haven't heard any word of the canto's publication, and you haven't been abducted by the publisher for another book tour. Has something gone wrong? As you approach the publisher's London office, you spot a thin plume of smoke. It's a charred ruin. You ask one of the surrounding policemen what happened. We're getting close to the place down by the order of the Ministry of Public Decency. Publication of subversive materials, you say? Constable waves something that you recognize as the sixth canto. When we got here, publisher fought back. Gunfire was exchanged. Said he burned the place to the ground before he paid taxes. Which is funny, because we weren't there for taxes. What happened to him? Constable shrugs. On the run. We'll find him. We'll have to find a way to publish the sixth canto in defiance of the Ministry of Public Decency. Where's the Ministry of Public Indecency, damn it? You can't do this when we have a song of this. Oh, because we talk shit about people. Ooh, we'll need 3,000 monies. All right, we can do this, but let's put a pin in this and do some of our other stuff first. Holy shit, that almost leveled us up. 'Cause I feel like we're getting really close to the end of that, and I don't know what will happen. But on the other hand, I feel like there's still something else we need to do. Hey, welcome to the Ziggurat, Unyamble. I hope you are having a fantastic evening. Ooh, this makes me want to... Is it this song? Add to queue. All right, to the mausoleum. Actually, wait, this wasn't what I thought it was. Must have been the other Nero song. Doing good, just vibing? Yeah, that is perfectly understandable. Sorry if that sounded like I was calling you out or anything. I'm just kind of, I'm like functioning. I'm just so full of energy right now. I was functioning at 200% nerd energy in the morning working on stuff, which killed any energy to potentially do any arting. And then today has been a lot of really solid progress in Sunless Skies, and I'm just like, I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I want to keep going. Liking the stream? Oh, that is good. Good to know. Is that a resurrectionist? It is. Ah. resurrectionists are grave robbers. So how about we send them to a grave? Easy. Let's demolish the grave robber. Because I can. Break these promises. Maybe it's this. No. It is the other Nero song I have. Alright. Golden ship, golden ship, golden ship. Get back here. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. Get back here. Alright, we need to range him. Yes. Yes. You've got no ministry drones to back you up now, glorious golden dreadnought. You're at my mercy. And I'm afraid I don't stock mercy in this ship. Rather, we wet our palates with the blood of Queen's men here. Ooh, it's toasting. It's toasting. It's down. Shining, radiant, wrathful. It drifts in the sky like Ezekiel's chariot. Its golden plating is ruptured. The hymns of its crew silenced. Only the light remains, fading, but still burnished and brazen. Loot the hold. Ooh, ministry stamp permits. All right, not great loot, if I'm being honest, but it's about destroying that which the queen support, or that which supports the queen. All right, we got the moral W. Yeah, exactly. No mercy for the queensmen. Yeah, this is the Nero song I was thinking of. I like the music video on this one. It's very touching. I forgot to grab the Immaculate Souls. Blood and ashes. Blood and flaming ashes. Hydrate? Very well then. I will imbibe the hydrogen, the oxygen, and the other hydrogen from my receptacle. So this is like an interactive visual fantasy novel? Yeah. I would say because, you know, you're going around, it's less... It's a little bit more in the game realm than most visual novels, because usually when I think visual novels, they're much more of a book. I would say this is a very heavily narrative-driven game, because there is a bit of, you know, doing a bit of like trade routes and stuff to build up money and buying stuff, but the writing in this game is magnifique. It's just dripping with character and interesting things happening in this world. Like, I mean, it's been a minute since I showed off the officers. We have you know, the Fortunate Navigator, we're helping them carry around the corpse of their best friend to show them various interesting places. We have an incognito princess who keeps having fawning followers show up who burst into flame because they keep trying to speak so fast of their praise and effluence of her visage. We have a clay person who is trying to find a fellow clay person to sing with. We have a bat person who we've been collecting various organs of dead celestial entities. We have an inconvenient aunt who insists that she's our aunt, but we don't actually have an aunt. We had this vagabond. We completed his quest. He got turned into a tree. It happens. We have a devil, and we completed his quest, and he was called on to personally serve one of the celestial, like, god entities. And we told them, fuck no, and he can stay on our ship. And he agreed, so he's defiant. The Fatalistic Signaler, which is where we got this omnibus from, was kind of a spooky quest chain. Very interesting. This one's a little hard to describe after the fact, but very, very interesting. We have this Judacious Driver. So they had a fungus in them, which drove them to be very reckless and trying to explore all over the realms. We helped them out. We got the fungus out of them. It's all good now. We have this engineer who went through a place that let them change themselves because they were not a very good entity before. Unfortunately, when they left that place, these 3 cats that are like shadows of the previous self that they removed followed them. And we're working on getting the cats to leave them so they can not be disturbed. We also have a pack of rats that we've recruited. It's a group of them. You know, we have a demolitions rat, we have an assassins rat, we have like a supplies logistics rat, we have a rat officer. You know, it's a whole thing. And then for mascots, we've got this mushroom with a monocle. Doesn't have eyes, but you know, it's still wearing a monocle. We have an inadvisably big dog. Everybody needs an inadvisably big dog on their train. We have an urchin that snuck her way onto our train. And we have a useless cat. So, you know, it just kind of got on the train, and we can't really get rid of it. So it's just kind of around. It's a very eclectic and varied game. Okay, so we need to do Academy. Can I do Academy 4? Hold on. I can get 1. 2, 3. 3 Academy. Damn it. The rats are the ones that are best at their jobs. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's quite the unique game. It really is. It's a fantastic setting. I would highly recommend, like, this is a sequel to another game that they did, Sunless Seas. Sequel, like, setting timeline-wise. You don't have to have played Sunless Seas to play this game for things to make sense. But I would say it's not really worth playing Sunless Seas because anything in that game is just done better in this one. There's a lot of rough things in Sunless Seas that they've smoothed out in this game. The game loop is much more snappy, much more satisfying. There's not as many like dead zones. There's also sometimes in Sunless Seas where you kind of didn't have an idea of where to go next. Whereas this game, they introduced a new mechanic to kind of always give you it's not really a main quest, but it's kind of a main quest. So you always have something directing you to go places. Let's see. We need to always write a port report. A suggested objective. Yeah. So, right, we have one thing with our aunt first, so we'll do that. The luminous cardinal tracks you down as you make your inquiries of the footman. His vestments are as pale as a winter's dawn. This way, he whispers. He leads you deep into the chambers of the mausoleum's heart. The hallways are lit only by candlelight. At last, you arrive at a narrow archway that looks down on a long spiral stair. The privy councillor is buried below. His funeral was ostentatious. He was accorded the second largest tomb. I began wondering, it is blasphemy. May God have mercy on all our souls. The cardinal strides away into the gloom. Hey, welcome to the ziggurat, Milo. I hope you enjoy your time here. A quest could be a main quest if you try hard enough. Yeah, that is true. Reload the page, let's be I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes that happens. There is one tomb at the foot of the stairs. It is vast as a Gothic cathedral. It must occupy an entire wing of the mausoleum. It is almost entirely shrouded in darkness. The light from your lamps struggles against the tides of gloom. You walk forward into the darkness, reaching out for obstacles. Your hands disappear before you, as though swallowed by night. Your aunt vanishes, as though she never was. You brush against stone as cold as death's lips, and feel cobwebs upon your face, but can see nothing. Inch by inch, you press on. Suddenly, a familiar voice splits the darkness. Are you there? I found it. Your aunt's voice is quiet. She sounds scared. You find her by feeling your way around the curvature of the wall, back towards the center of the crypt. Your aunt is just ahead of you. Don't make any sudden movements. I found it. The designs? The unclear bomb. Your hands are on it. You remove your hand from the wall immediately. The Privy Councillor's tomb has been taken up with the dormant unclear bomb. The weapon devised by London to kill a sun. The device to quench stars, drowning them in sorrow. Why is it still here? Why hasn't it been used? Your aunt tugs at your sleeve. Let's get out of here. Slowly. Does not seem wise to linger here. You help your aunt find her way through the darkness, back to the spiral stair that leads into the more welcoming chambers of the mausoleum. You stub your toe and your aunt trips several times, but together you manage. We'll talk on board, your aunt says when you reach the top of the stairs. Her skin is ashen, but her expression is stern. A great source of it. Aw, I really appreciate that. I do. You know, one of the things I wanted to do from streaming is I've been inspired by a lot of people who do a lot of really good. They're able to like really pitch a lot of good voices and match good voice things, and I wanted to practice and get better at that myself, just because it's you know it's fun. I like speaking. And if there's anything, I never had an issue like listening to my own voice, but it's more like I always had problems with, I wanted to say things in a certain way or like in a certain tone and feeling like I wasn't able to quite get to what I was aiming for. You know, it's like a different problem than just not liking how I sounded, if that makes any sense. I feel like I've gotten a lot better, you know, as time has gone on. But I would say if you like listening to people that do funny voices, there is a pretty cool bean by the name of the Love Slug And that guy, that little sluggy, goopy person, can do some dang voices. All right, he's a good little gem right there. Oh, if I'm listening to Absinthe Aura, I gotta queue up another song of theirs. No, do I not have it saved? Absinthe Aura. No, it should be in there. Why is it not showing in my save? Maybe I need to remove it and re-add it. Getting derailed because of one tiny thing. All right, we'll undo that, and then we will done. There we go. It kind of messes up my historical tracker, but whatever. Slag it. All right. Right. So we've got that for our aunt. We also need to do something with the princess here. Selection of Immaculate Souls. Bone of Inspiration or Cryptic Benefactor. We have a lot of Cryptic Benefactors, so we'll use that. We'll sneak in unnoticed. I hate speaking, but I love thinking and speaking in different types of voices, dialects. Yeah. It's a lot of interesting. It's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of people who do amazing work in the VA sphere. Let me move around a little bit. I think the only downside, like, for having like a 2D app, like, I would say if I ever get to a point where I could have 3D like tracking and stuff, people would really get to see like how, like, I gesticulate a lot while I'm speaking. It doesn't really get conveyed with a live 2D model. But I imagine if I had like hand tracking or anything like that, things would get very silly. But that would be a lot of things need to align for that to be possible, unfortunately. Oh, your feathers? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like them. The base serpent is actually off of one of my pets. It's a Hog Island boa, but they're kind of drab because they're mostly just pale tans, browns, and such. And so I thought just a little spice of Quetzalcoatl inspired color would be just the thing. And I think Sapphire did a pretty dang good job with the design. Let's see. With a few words from your well-positioned friends to the direful Chamberlain, he arranges for your passage. It's no small thing. The guards clear the mausoleum of the general public, and then the other guards clear the usual guards. These deaf, trusted elite don blindfolds and each pull upon a chain around their neck, each revealing a silver key. The princess gathers the keys, examining the intricate filigree scenes they're decorated with. Oh, she says, this is the day my parents met. They were so young then. She turns to the first door and chooses the appropriate key to open it. 7 doors follow, the designs of the door and the key alike, recapitulating the relationship between the king and the prince consort. Between the queen and the prince consort, from those early happy days to his tragic death. As you follow the princess, the doors shut behind you. He lies in the center of the structure, mounted on a marble altar, cot, and a beam of light resting on velvet cushions. While the ravages of his illness are quite obvious, he's so well preserved that you could almost think him alive. At which point he coughs. Prince Consort lives. This is not a life any would wish for, but it is life. Daddy, she says, rushing over, taking his unresponsive hand. I just knew Mother wouldn't give up. you up to anyone, let alone death. I have such terrific news. I am to be married, she says. The princess leaves a moment for him to gasp. He's unconscious, so fails to oblige. It's a perfect match. You are aware of the devil who was once the many-mouthed, whose children are the chaser of bees? It's him. It's a trifle complicated, I'll admit. We plan to maintain separate residences. He's trapped eternally down a well. I love him very much. Almost as much as I love the status I'll achieve once we're wed. Do I have your permission? A long pause is broken only by a parchment-dry cough as the prince consort stirs. The princess bounces, taking it as a yes. Thank you, Daddy, she says. Send my thoughts to Mother. She drops his hand and almost runs from the mausoleum. I see. Interesting choice. Let's return to the nave. And contemplate the dead sun. Always contemplate. Get a free vision of the heavens. And then we'll go in and we will use a specimen to reduce our terror. Zero it out. Good shit, good shit. Right. Now we need to sell. Why can't I sell? We need establishment 3. Well, that's easy. There. We'll undock, we'll redock. We'll refresh it. Yeah. We'll re-equip the Ratronaut in a second. I need to sell my illegal honey. Nice. Nice. Ooh, we're getting reputation with the smugglers. Okay, so we need fuel. Need supplies. And we don't need that much fuel, because we can get more fuel at the Clockwork Sun. What do we have on board? Right, we need to swap our officers back so we can re-equip the Ratronaut. We needed mirrors? Mirrors. And then we can equip the Ratronaut. Good shit. I want to get a couple pieces of stained glass just in case we need it for an event at the Clockwork Sun. Now, our final level up, chat. What facets will we have choose? All right, so these two are right out. Don't like that one. The Liberation of Night. Or Couturier. I think, unfortunately, the only option that makes sense to me is a Liberation of Night. Which is fine, because as a revolutionary, of course we've got contact with some anarchist cells. The Liberation advocated revolt, not only on Earth, but in heaven. It claimed light was a law, and that we would only be free in the dark. When a masked fanatic tried to convert you, how did you respond? Your eyes were opened. Hells yeah. Ooh, wait, what? Improve skills? Ooh. Now, ooh. I like this. I like that it gives us something to do with experience now that we've maxed out our character's stats. It does mean our character is only going to get even better from here. All right, so now we're heading to the Clockwork Sun. Also, we should chat with our aunt and the princess real quick. Oops. Want to eventually start streaming, but realistically can't for a while due to money. That is even accounting for the mental chasm. So, I would say the bigger barrier would be the mental, because it is hard work. It is a good bit of stress to stream, you know. But you don't need a lot to stream. Like, I know I have this fancy live 2D model. You've probably seen other people with live 2D models or 3D models, but like, there are PNG resources. There's free VideoTube. You know, VideoTube is amazing. I have it for my own PNG, you know, because this thing can break, you know, there's uses for it. There's people who literally just have a picture and then they use OBS tricks to make them animated and interactive. I think their Twitter handle is Shindig, is one of the most notable persons that I think does that. It's just how you want to express yourself and the experience you want to put out there and have people interact with. Because, you know, my philosophy is, you know, as you stream, you are putting a piece of yourself out that other people might stumble across. And I think I like the idea of making a difference even to people who I may not know. You know, they may watch a VOD. They may just want to lurk. And I want to do positive things and, you know, be a fun, cheerful space in general. You know, sometimes I like a good tragedy, like when I played Laika Age Through Blood, but certainly a situation where I put content warnings. Hey, we're going to be playing some sad games. But, you know, I think sometimes crying is worthwhile because it's like vomiting for the soul, and then you just feel better afterwards. And I would say the biggest thing to get over is hitting go live, because you should not let perfect be the enemy of good enough. And everybody's different, but for me, I found like setting a hard deadline has been able to get me to be motivated and get things working. Because it's like, all right, I'm going to be doing this on this day. Whatever progress I get up to until then, cool. If I don't get to certain things, I'm going to have to suck it up because I'm going to be doing that thing on that day. And, you know, there's a little bit of scuff around that, you know. Sometimes I just don't have enough spoons to work on things or to get things into a amazing state, but I think that's kind of the charm. That's kind of the experience. You're constantly improving. You're constantly having these things to get better, and you just learn more about yourself. And it's never about being perfect. It's always about being better than you were the day before. It's a series of advancements, and sometimes it may not be a big step. Sometimes we may take a couple steps backwards, but in the long run, the intention and effort of moving forward will pay off, and you can make progress and advance. The same for D&D and D&D like stuff. Want to do it, love making characters, but I know they naturally act like a secondary, tertiary. I don't know, interacting with people outside of typing. I always second guess myself when I do. Yeah, and it's just kind of hard to get over that stuff. D&D's also, it's just sometimes hard. I don't think I've ever been like a full campaign. Anytime I play any kind of RPGs, tends to be like a good couple sessions together, and then one reason or another, schedules fall out of alignment, and then yada yada yada, and people, you know, disperse. Seth Levy. But let's see what our aunt and the princess are and where we need to go next for them. Your aunt looks up for an ancient, battered etiquette book. This is from my school days, she says with a wistful smile. Her focus sharpens. I need to know why London colluded with the revolutionaries to build this dreadful weapon and then didn't use it. There are 4 people at the rendezvous. 2, 3 now are dead. There's only one person who can give us the answers we need. Her renewed majesty. Your aunt barrels on. It's an old protocol we could take advantage of. We had a royal dispensation. We could use the privilege of an answer to get an audience. Sovereign is beholden to answer one question truthfully. Ironically, I do have a royal dispensation. I can't remember how I got it, but I've had it for a very long time. Let's ask why she's marrying a devil. Not a devil, my devil, says the incognito princess proudly, rubbing her toes on the dead rug of her old self. The poetical suitor and the analytical suitor are trapped inside bird cages made of bird bones, wailing at the news. We must proceed to the Well of the Wolf, says the princess. It's not a wolf down there. My beloved awaits. Soon we will be together. Well, not strictly speaking together. That would be disastrous, but at least married. The princess takes your hand and looks you in the eyes. It has been such fun to go on an adventure with a friend, she says. You'll give me away, of course. It isn't a question. I see. Well, well, well. So, Clockwork Sun, Well of the Wolf. Off we go then.